Yeah, well, thanks so much, everyone, for coming. I recognize some of you. The others, I think, are colleagues of Jen's. It's so nice to see you here. We're really excited to share with you. Some of you have kind of been along the MintKit journey for a while now, but I don't think we've done like a really kind of comprehensive update of just all of the different things we've been building lately. So we just wanted to take some time to kind of share with you and update everyone on all of the things we've been up to. So just to take a quick step back, I'm Davida. I'm one of the co-founders of MintKit. My professional background is in front-end development and marketing automation. So I'm coming to the MintKit side from a tech background and bringing that to the table. Jen's the amazing creative director, artist, marketing guru, and I'll let you kind of introduce yourself a little more, Jen.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Jen. So I have been in the advertising creative world for about 25 years. And then I moved into entrepreneurship and went through a couple of programs, including InMotion and the Hug Accelerator. And partnered with Davida about a year ago on this project. And we're really excited to show you where we're at.
So just to kind of give you an overview of where we're going, we've got kind of three main categories of things we want to share with you today. Kind of the MintKit approach to, since we started, has been building tools that are really easy and facilitate this co-creation is kind of the word used, but the idea is for brands and artists, creators, sports teams, whoever, to be able to really collaborate with the people who are in their audience and turn them from just audience members to more engaged, empowered people who can feel like they can get more out of your brand and participate more, and also help advocate for you. So the idea in all the tools we use, again, the recurring theme is they're really easy and there's some co-creation in the process. Anything you'd add to that, Jen?
No, I think that sounds great.
Yep. And feel free to jump in the chat or raise your hand or just come off mute if you have questions at any time. But to begin with, if I can get my windows in a row, I will share my screen, and I'm going to walk you through kind of the first category of tools we've built have been around building social campaigns or campaigns for marketing events. And they've really been about, to begin with, more working with artists and creators and helping them connect with their audience in this co-creative way. So I'm going to walk you through the process of one of those tools we've built, and then I'll give you some examples of like different iterations of that. So let's see, I think I got my window here. So we're going to run through an example using this Stardust Society, which is based on this specific kind of art. These are some NFTs I own, and then some images. And the idea is you pick one of them that you want to create with, and we are going to build a color palette off of that. And it's really simple. We've gotten some questions like, well, I could do some of this in Canva, and yeah, somebody could, but I don't know if you've been in Canva. It takes a minute sometimes, right? So the idea is give a really simple way, kind of these are brand style of Stardust, to just create and provide something additional that you kind of have a say in designing. And with that, I've kind of picked my color palette, and now I have all these digital assets, my watch, my Twitter banner, X banner, whatever banner you want, iPad wallpapers, and you can download a whole kit of digital assets. And then I'm going to just flip through a couple different examples of this. So in this one, like, we collaborated with an artist, Bstract. And so you can see some of their artwork in the background. So that's really fun. And then another iteration is maybe focusing on only one type. And this was a collab we did with Miss O's for an event, actually. And it was, maybe you want to speak to that a little bit, Jen?
Yeah. So they had an event in NFT NYC where they have these characters called Miss O Cool Girls, and they each wear some wear different hats. So we made a hat for each of the 5 boroughs in New York City, and the attendees could come around to our booth and scan the QR code, pick their hat, pick their colors, and then design a wallpaper that they could download and use. And we actually just talked to a gentleman that we met there, and it's almost been a year and he still has his on there. So it's really great for brand loyalty and brand recognition. And it's a great conversation starter. If you see something on someone's phone, you'd be like, hey, what's that?
Again, these are all styles associated with the brand, so it's sort of familiar to anyone who's familiar with the Miss O's brand. And kind of this event experience led us into our next tool that I think, Jen, are you going to screen share and run through that? Great.
Yep. All right, so that led us into talking more with conferences and trade shows. Can everyone see my on-brand screen?
Yeah, but we see everything.
Okay, I'm going to. How does that look?
Looks good.
Okay, so this is the next step above what we did for Miss O. As you go to conferences and trade shows, a lot of it is about networking, right? So we built a really easy tool that people can use to network. I even met a guy last night who has a tool called Hi Hello, but you have to download it. You have to set up your account. It takes 4 or 5 different steps. This you can give to your audience or attendees. They screenshot it. They screenshot the QR code. They come directly to this page. They would put in their LinkedIn URL, hit submit, and it automatically within seconds generates a QR code that links to the URL of that LinkedIn. So next we select our image, and this is where the co-creation comes in. So these are 4 different color palettes. You choose which one you find most aesthetically pleasing. So I'll choose this one. Again, it's generating that color palette. So I can go in and choose and design what I want this to look like. So not only am I participating with the brand, I'm also seeing sponsor logos at the bottom, and I'm creating something that I could have and use. So once I submit that, it's going to create a downloadable wallpaper for my phone with that QR code. So we've used this in 3 different conferences. The responses have been really great, and we're really excited about this. Okay, so that is the conference app. Then I wanted to share kind of the next iteration. We could move beyond conferences and move into sports teams. And so we've created a great tool that we're testing with American Outlaws. And they're a soccer supporting club that originated in Lincoln, and they have chapters all over the United States. And so how this works is, instead of giving the user the graphics to play with, you can actually play with your own graphics. You can upload your own image or take an image of you, a selfie of you at the game or at the watch party. So Matt and I went down to Austin to launch this with AO Austin. So here is us watching the Women's World Cup with a room full of people. Upload our photo, and then the brand or team can actually use frames to customize it. And they can also add stamps or stickers where they can then decorate their memory and save it. So you can, once you're satisfied with the way it looks, then you can save the image and share it on your social medias, hashtag the team. And it's a great way to show support engage with the team and have social media content for the team that is actually providing this app. So then there is one step further. So this is our MVP. The next step, which we're really excited that we're building, is this. So imagine an app where you can log in and you can earn points for collaborating with the team or the brand. So this is an example for American Outlaws. So as the home screen, I see a bunch of these quests that I can go in and say, okay, here's the quest, and this is how many points I can earn from this. It's the same concept as before. I upload an image of me in the parking lot. It looks good. And then I can drag and drop our stamps. And then here are all your stamps. And they're actually captured these memories where you can see all of the different quests that you've completed. And what's exciting is that you can share it to social, you can download it. And this is the really cool part, is you can use that image and create your own custom t-shirt with that design. So you can see it here. You would upload your image and then you could order the t-shirt. So this is based on Fandom and leaderboards. So you're trying to get as many points as you want. I know here in the state where I'm in, the Salt Dogs, a lot of times the stadiums are empty, right? So this is a way to encourage fans to participate. You could earn rewards. You could earn like free sodas at the stadium concession stand. So this is I'm really excited where this is going. And so I'm going to turn it back over to Vita to kind of sum this up and move it on to our next product.
I think what's really exciting about this or interesting, right, is the idea of integrating into blockchain technology here with your stamps, so that you've got this authenticated fan that's really a proof of fandom experience, and that you can back up that you're a fan, that you were here, or that you participated on that day. So I think that's really interesting, and kind of along those lines of blockchain related proof of participation is the last tool I want to run through with you guys. So this last tool is about creating a mintable, as in on the blockchain, co-creative experience between artist or brand and the user. So what's really neat, let me share here, is we lost my screen. Okay. What's really neat is we have this this sort of canvas we can place stickers onto, design however you want, and then mint it. We see this being used for like proof of attendance, or proof of like maybe an upgraded POAP for those familiar, or just even outside of an event specific thing. This could be really fun for artists to create some stamps and elements in their style to share with their community, or certain levels of their community. So we have a square here, but we also have like a banner if you wanted to make like an interactive designable banner for your community. And we basically have a form you fill out where you submit your assets. We take care of the contract on the back end, and then you can send your audience to a site where they can play around with your assets, design something, and then mint it on Polygon. So it's very cheap. And we actually have a link for anybody here who wants to create their own and mint theirs for today's event. You can play around with the tool. Let us know what you think. Let us know how you would use it. And create your own, mint your own customizable digital collectible from this event. Let me get this link out in chat. And for those of you There we go. For those of you not familiar with Polygon or the blockchain, you can connect with Jen afterwards if you're interested in learning more or getting your wallet set up. For those of you who have Polygon but maybe need a little bit of Matic in there, a little bit of currency so that you can mint, let us know and we'll send you some. This will just cost less than a cent, but you do need some money in your wallet to be able to do that. So are there, I think those are the tools, again, kind of focusing on campaigns where we can provide digital assets, whether wallpaper or banners or profile images to your audience, event related ones, whether for event networking or a more comprehensive like the sports kind of ecosystem that we're developing. And then this idea of making it really easy for artists or brands to create this drag and drop custom builder and mintable experience for their audience. Is there anything you'd add, Jen, or any questions?
Just to kind of reiterate, you know, some of the people that we've been working with and working with in the future, they have events and they have a brand and they want something to be able to show to the people that come to their booth or come to their event or come to their game. And so as we move more and more into everyone has their phone and stuff, and this is so simple, it's a great way for those brands or those businesses to connect in a fun way. It's kind of gamification with their audience. And then they have that piece of art forever to remind them of that day. So yeah, we'd love to hear what you guys think. If you have any questions, if you want to try it out, like Davida said, she put that link down there. But yeah, we'd love to hear your feedback or any questions you might have.
I have a question. Since I have a project, I have, you know, it already has NFTs with it. So how would someone who has a project on the blockchain incorporate, like, how would we collaborate with an existing project? Or is this am I understanding that this is like a POAP style project? Or is there more than that?
Yeah, I think you're talking about your glitch NFTs.
Yeah, I mean, how can exist, and like I see Miss O Cool Girls, and
I think we would take the assets that you've got created and then let the people create their own.
Okay.
So I don't think we would use your NFTs, but we'd use the artwork and have the user or the people playing with it create their own glitch NFT.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I know we talked earlier how fun it would be for the Miss O's gang to design their own to add accessories to their own girls or design their own banner with some of the assets. So that would be really fun. And then there's artists like Rin here, who I am just obsessed with so many of your collections that I would love to see some of your artwork available for people to kind of play with and maybe add in their own photos or something like that.
I just want to say something. I love it. I think it's awesome. I know I'm part of Miss O Cool Girls, and you guys came to, or Jen, you came to our event, and it was really great to see everyone adding, you know, doing these screenshots and phone captures for their phones. And the fact that this one guy is still having it up, that's amazing.
Frank.
I love the idea of capturing the event and having that timestamp. You know, if we do any more events or anything where we include girls, it could even be a Zoom call that we have, like when we do the Zoom calls with all the art girls and everybody. It's just a really cool thing. It is like a timestamp. I love it. I think it's great. And again, as much as you can customize it for each brand. Like I know we've worked together on customizing Miss O Cool Girls, and there's definitely more art and besides hats, and there's all sorts of stuff, but it's a great tool. And I think it is, people like to walk away with something that they remember. I mean, the fact you can make a t-shirt is so cool too. Like that's
Mhm.
amazing.
And
So
what's
I love it.
awesome. Thank you. I
Yeah.
think what's cool about this is that you have an opportunity to use it with audiences that aren't don't have digital wallets, because you can just download it and use it.
Yeah.
Or if you want to have that time stamped, then they could put it on the blockchain, and or
Yeah.
both. I'm interested
Yeah.
to see what Will and Colby like first reactions are, because they're very new to this. So this is the first time they've heard any of this.
So just to clarify, it's revolves around NFTs, correct?
Part of it can evolve
Part of
around
it.
NFTs. Yes. So it works with them, it works in that world, and it works without that world. So like that on brand, the Miss O Cool Girls, that was all not NFTs. So you can
Okay.
either download it for your phone or download it and mint it. And so then you have that authentication. I can't say that word.
Authentication.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
we see there being really benefits, now I'm tripping over my tongue, but we see some real benefits to integrating some blockchain technology, at least on the back end, with authenticating for brands, and like longer term, being able
Okay.
to authenticate who your users are, to connect with partners who can use that to kind of prove just how engaged people are and understand that. But yeah, the idea is that the NFT audience is really realistically pretty small. So all of these are meant to have a back end blockchain component, but not necessarily be driven by that.
So are those the first demo you showed with the X banners and the the wallpapers, are those authentic NFTs, or are those just variations of the NFT that you choose?
Those ones in particular, the end results were all just downloadable assets. They weren't minted on the blockchain.
Okay.
What you chose from to begin with pulls from your wallet. So there are
Yes.
NFTs from your wallet, or we have the feature to upload your own image if you'd rather like integrate that.
Okay.
I think this kind of really started around the time of using NFTs as identification, digital identification, and really relating to the artwork there and wanting to pull it in. But there's the ability to do both.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Anne-Marie, I don't know if you can chat, but I hope you saw the last part, and maybe we're kind of excited for some potential Love G.
Yeah, you guys have grown quite a lot. I mean, I think the last time I demoed it, I don't know, maybe 9 months ago. So it was very exciting to see that part and to see how far you've come. But yes, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, this is, just so you know, everybody else knows, I work with an NFT with kids, and I want them to be able to use their own creativity. So I'm pretty excited about it. Definitely want to meet with you guys, because I think there's some good potential.
Yeah, I think one thing we love about this space, again, like the co-creation, but it is the creativity and feeling like your ideas, you can influence the things around you and they matter, and it's fun, but it's also important, right? To feeling like you belong, or you can interact with these people and stories that you care about.
Yeah, and it's simple enough and creative enough, though the combination of those two things for people that are non-tech, you know, that have some trepidation of trying technology. You guys have really simplified it, so that's really great.
Has anyone gone and minted something? I haven't checked my OpenSea yet. You did? Yay!
Yeah. Super fun.
Yeah, so we would love to collaborate with anyone on on these, hear your ideas, build them out. A lot of these are in early stages, early testing. So if you have specific use cases that can help us understand, you know, the direction we should be building, we would love to chat for sure. Rin asked, do you have to use NFTs in your wallet for the first example? And no, you can have your own images or upload images. And then you can't see it because we're like demoing on desktop, but where it says upload images, if you're on mobile, it pops up that you can take a photo as well. And then the various backgrounds, etc. So the backgrounds on those are customized. So they're not NFTs, but they're based on the artwork. So that's kind of a collaborative discussion we'd have with you on how to pull that in and how to make that interactive and how that makes sense. Is there a way to sort of save a project with your brand colors? We don't have that built in yet, but we see that making a lot of sense, right? Especially if you want to reuse it, that this should be themed or branded to you. So would love to talk more.
I have a question. If we were to have an event, we would have all this art uploaded, backgrounds and all that kind of stuff. So all the users would take that QR code, go in there, and then they would have access to all of the Miss So Cool Girls stuff, and they could do whatever they want. But let's say they leave the event and they want to do it again, but maybe they don't want the Miss So Cool Girls stuff. Is there like that they just want to do it, like they're at a baseball game and they just want to take a picture of themselves at this baseball game? It's not related to Miss So Cool Girls. Is there a way they can then go back in and use it, or do they need to? Will they always be connected to the Miss So Cool Girls, you know, QR code kind of thing?
Right now, it's just connected to the specific brand setups.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, that would be really cool, right? To have just an open one people can hop in and
Yeah.
play with, maybe have some default.
Yeah.
Assets.
No, I mean, I was just curious. I mean, I'd love them to go to a baseball game and still use the Miss So Cool Girls art. So that's like also like a way that they can still like, so they could go back on that link, right? And make as many as they want, do whatever they want. So that's kind of another cool way to keep the brand going and also following the community, which is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and those assets can be updated, you know, over time too. If
Right.
you had a specific event that maybe the girls are going to a baseball game together, maybe the art is more geared towards that.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if this is, it's kind of a question / idea, or maybe just like how could we use it, but with so many brands talking about influencer marketing, would this be even something that you could maybe set up with a brand and an influencer and then have users create like their own custom, you know, something with the brand and the influencer? That I don't know if that would work, or just thinking even more outside of just an event, but if it was like something ongoing that, or a tool that a brand could give to an influencer to create different things that their community could then connect with, maybe on a more ongoing
Love
basis.
that. Yeah. I definitely see that. Like my favorite influencer is Mrs. Hinch, and she just had a whole campaign where they released a special line of scents of some kind of cleaning product or whatever. But yeah, I could totally see that, right? That she makes a kit where you can, maybe it's like it has frame and some stickers, and you can take a picture of your stuff in the store when you buy it. And instead of just posting it directly, you can kind of customize it with some of those things. Like I think right, filters to some extent, and stuff like that in whatever platform function that way, but it's not as like, just like Canva can function the way of some of these things. It's not as simple and as direct as just like, here's the assets, go create your own and then upload it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah, it's all the tools are very, they're customizable, right? I mean, it's like the foundation is there, but it's whatever artwork that you can think of or concept you can think of, you're just uploading those assets.
Yeah, that's the idea, is to make it not just easy, but something that's repeatable and that anybody can use, and you don't have to have special training or special programs or a ton of time to be able to figure out.
And Davida has, you know, created pages where you just, it's like a form, you just upload your images and then it's then you can play around with it.
I know for On Brand, I created, I don't know how, like 10 or 20, I don't know, it was a lot. I would change the, you know, that background frequently, but I loved it too because it had the agenda on there. So I mean, that I was so thankful to have that, just because I was like, where am I running to next? It was so helpful. I used it all day. So I loved it. I thought it was a great tool.
That was such a great idea to add that. And I think like our next conference that like partnered with us, like that was like integral to them doing it, right? Was having something really easy and basic to reference and play with.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, is there anything else, or do you guys know how to get a hold of us if you have questions? Jen and I are on Twitter, otherwise it's our first name at mintkit.xyz. Or if you know Jen from her work, you can email her that way. But yeah, thanks so much for coming. Please reach out with any questions, comments, ideas. We would love to hear from you, partner with you, chat more. So anything to add, Jen?
No, thanks so much for coming, guys. We look forward to hearing your ideas and seeing how we can collaborate together.
Yeah, well, thank you for putting this together. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Great to learn about MintKit.
Thank you.
Thanks.